This is really Boros, by the way. Hello again. None of us thought you would get this far.
Ready, steady, fighty.
The residential test. Wasn't that shut down for some reason?
Continued resistance is unlawful. Please step into the open and identify yourself.
Yes,
All combined systems have nothing to say.
That's all.
And the countless experiments I've done on him back at Higgs. Gabe? Gabe, you're about to have your favorite treat. A visitor. Won't that be nice? Don't eat the
Time to
boy.
fight.
Don't, please. Gabe, walk and snow, whenever anyone came to visit. I replaced his legs with spare parts and fed him a steady diet of psycho-laced dog chow.
Fighting over. Ready, steady, fighting.
Sorry, I put your
Injecting stim pack. We haven't seen anybody in a while. Maybe the monsters have stealth suits too. Fighting over. Time to fight. Fighting over.
His Cyberdog atomic core. It's active. That means an exceedingly imprecise countdown to critical failure in 10. Boros, why the hell did you install an atomic core? It'll blow when we reach 1, right?
9. All will be fine.
7. Yes, 7. 6. Halfway to destruction. Measured in clicks. Students, this is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal Boros.
Injecting stim pack. Half a stim pack.
Engaging hostile target.
Today, the cafeteria will be serving nothing. Because I didn't build one. No cafeteria. No swirlies. No chocolate. Lines. What are you doing now, Richie Marcus?
Stand by. Attention. Fugitive should be considered armed and dangerous.
School is a sacred trust. Even though I am a long ago graduate of this hated facility. Now I see its worth, and see it was corrupted by fraternities and girls. Yuck.
Warning, hostiles in area.
I bet no one has ever been as unnoticed as me. Cessation of hostilities complete. This one looks pretty tough. That's all. This one looks pretty tough. Bad guys dealt with. Uh-oh. Does that feel better? Bad guys dealt with. time to fight. Please take this. I don't want you to die. Have a stim pack. Injecting stim pack. That's all. Who do you think is cuter, Dr. Klein or Dr. Boros?
Well, hello there. Can I get you a drink? I can do that. They've been thoroughly washed, haven't they? Well, hello there. You can have...
Greetings, citizen. Ready to receive? Stay loyal, citizen.
Is the light level to your liking?
Got any more sweet?
Yes!
How can I illuminate you? Unlike certain other light switches, I'm competent. I'd just love to turn those lights on for you.
You require some additional services? And rightly so, I should think. All right, then. Let me just fire up the old interface for you. You require some additional... Attention, students. This is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal Boros.
Ready, steady, fighting. fighting over.
You are in the library. Be quiet here and filled with
This one looks pretty tough.
Law-abiding citizens, please leave the area.
Bad guys dealt with. This one looks pretty tough. Cessation of hostilities complete. Starting combat. Just kidding. Time to fight.
please place all filthy propaganda books in the incinerator chute in the sink. Especially those with funny pictures of me in them.
Was that all?
Move along, please.
Time to
Commencing
fight.
lawful use of deadly force. Please leave the area until law-abiding citizens, please leave the area.
Fighting over. Sneaking done. Fighting now. Was that all? Uh-oh.
My minions, sting them in the name of all that is Mobius. You won't escape me. You won't escape me. Robo Scorpions, attack! You're no match for science.
Bad guys dealt with. Time to fight.
Locking on. I see you. Now I end you. I see you. Now I end you. Destroy this one, I'll make more.
Does that feel better? Was that all? Sneaking done. Fighting now.
Robo Scorpion, go my minions. Sting them in the name of...
Cessation of hostilities complete. Do you like me? This one looks pretty tough.
Dr. Mobius, 0. If you think braving the cyber dogs of X8 makes you brave, intruder, it is no use. All cyber dogs are under my command, and they will bite you.
Force fields can only be disrupted by a specific frequency. If anyone has found the frequency, last seen around X8, let the dome know at once.
Was that all? Uh-oh. Please take this. I don't want you to die. Cessation of hostilities complete. This one looks pretty tough.
Might I be of service, sir? Very good, sir.
You're my best friend forever. Bad guys dealt with.
Please tell me you brought me some coffee cups. Oh, sweet, sweet fulfillment! I'll break these down for you just as fast as I can. One time, the biological research station told me he dropped a mug down his processing chute. When I reached in, he seated me.
Got any more sweet, innocent little kitchen appliances for me? Like I said. Well. Yes! Flee before my terrible power!
Ready, steady, fighty. Was that all? Sneaking done, fighting now. Bad guys dealt with. Ready, steady, fighty. This will keep you on your feet. Please take this. I don't want you to die. That's all. Time to fight.
Of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal Boros.
This will keep you on your feet. Have a stim pack. Have a stim pack. Have a stim pack. Does that feel better? Fighting over. Ready, steady, fighty.
this institution, where once, long ago, I was a student here. Now, I am its omnipotent God Principal, as I soon will be Lord of Big Mountain. Potato! Do you hear that? It is my trumpet of victory!
Bad guys dealt with.
Down at the end of the hall is storage, or just like Richie Marcus.
Papa Stimback.
Papa Stimback.
Richie Marcus. Do you hear me, Betsy? Richie likes balls.
Was that all? Time to fight. Fighting over. Uh-oh. That's all. Uh-oh.
Scanning for hostiles.
Injecting Stimpak.
Should be considered armed and dangerous. Warning, dangerous. Do not attempt to apprehend.
You are in the library. Be quiet here and filled with...
Cooperation is requested. Warning, dangerous fugitive is on the loose. Do not attempt to apprehend.
Please place all filthy propaganda books in the incinerator chute in the sink. Especially those with funny pictures of me in them.
Fugitive should be considered armed and dangerous. This is a lawful use of deadly force.
Starting combat. Just kidding. Fighting over. Time to fight. Fighting over. Time to fight.
Violence. I see you. Now I end you. Anyone who can understand these messages, you do not belong here. We will find you. from?
Please take this. I don't want you to die. Do you like me?
Oh, please tell me you brought me some coffee cups. Sure, nobody wants to hang out with Muggy. I get it. So long, pal.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal? Just as I feared. Questions, quizzes, just as there were in American high school. And if there are no answers, how will the think tank graduate? What? Why, yes, it is. I used to leave it outside his doghouse, chock full of chems, before the cybernetic modifications, of course. And no matter how chemmed the food, he would always eat it, and his tail would wag, even while I'm having the most perplexing feeling squiggling through my biogel. I can't quite pin it down. Why, yes, Gabe. No matter how awful my day had been, he was always waiting there. How odd. My gel is decoagulating. And when I would talk to him about Betsy, and how Marcus would beat on me and call me Smarty's sissy pants, he'd just sit there, head on my knee, and... If you don't mind, I'll take that ball. Just need to remove it. Put it away, somewhere out of radar range. For some reason, its similarity to the crater shape of Big Mountain is starting to fill up all available cognitive spaces. That, combined with my own overwhelming feeling of having done something terrible, the two were hitting me with unexpected force. As odd as it is, I believe that is the conclusion. And I wonder why it didn't hit me before, until I saw that memory in your hands. This sensation is unpleasant. I don't care for it. I don't care for this place either. And I feel as if we've forgotten something. Still, it is no matter. Crush the feeling down. Crush it down. Push it into the loop. Yes. Forgotten. Almost. Yes? I do not need to remember anymore. Not today. So, you put down Gabe. Thank you. A scamp, but really, his highly augmented combat programming could have proved meddlesome. In any event, thank you for putting him down. One less test subject to catalog and sort. Clearly a failure of Doggy's cybo-engineering. Until next time, then. Provided there is a next time. For any of us. Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated. Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you. What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful. Yes, yes. Yes, No, I mean yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know? I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes, so let me... a bit, huh? I'll figure it out. Yes, that's what I believe I said. I've got it. The cardiac regulator in the suit, the antenna for brain waves, and the sonic frequency for the vertebral nerves. I'm thinking... This is all very complicated. Let me check something. Of course, I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his. Biological? Ridiculous. I mean, technically, these items could all be used to put you back together once you had your brain. But for now, they can be used in the name of aggression. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
Sneaking done. Fighting now. That's all. Sneaking done. Fighting now.
You're no match for science. Tail rocking on.
Take this. I don't want you to die. Have a stim pack.
Go, my minion.
Injecting Stimpak.
Crush them with your pincers!
Does that feel better?
Ah, there's our victim. Crush them with your pincers!
Fighting over. Time to fight. Fighting over. Nobody ever notices me, but they notice the Pip-Boy light.
I'm imagining all sorts of imaginary numbers right now. Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. A little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely. Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat? I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-erific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end. Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I. Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. The anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition. Now, that seems to be rather hormonal of you. Flight or fight response, you know. Hard to cut that out completely. Your brain is here, safe with me. We chat over mentats. Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes. Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat, then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again? Ah, well, as to that, you'd be surprised how hard a feminine-sounding voice modulator is to find in the Forbidden Zone. It's not as though brain-sustaining life support tanks grow on trees. I had to take what I could get. Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie? Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment? I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are. Well, maybe next time you hear me telling you that charging a nightkin with a penknife is a bad idea, you'll listen. I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you. Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat oozing hormones. I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it? Indeed, quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it? I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us. Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share. And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead. Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan? think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Clyde will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Ready, steady, fighty. Cessation of hostilities complete.
You require some additional services? And rightly so, I should think. All right, then. Let me just fire up the old interface for you. You require some additional service? And right. Forceps, nurse. This man's got a severe case. His shoe lung.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped? I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again. And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first about this Mojave place, a fertile testing ground for our experiments. That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible. You speak the truth, and the decibel variation in your voice, it is Mobius. How dare you breach the think tank? And what do you want here? That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm. Partner with you, my foe, my rival, my foremost critic? I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The Courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The Courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
the light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magnetohydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the big empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other sink personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind-eye old Jefferson eventually discovered a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after the stealth suit had left it without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Ready, steady, fighty. That's all.